In the name of God, the source of mercy and the giver of mercy, I would like to share with you today the book of Asmauddin, The Politics of Vulnerability. This book is a very important book in explaining the issue of religious freedom and how can we as a community, as people of faith, work together in addressing this issue of vulnerability in all communities. And you see in this book that of my work with the Pastor Bob Robb has been featured here, where we, as Muslims, imams, and the evangelical pastors work together across America to try to understand the issue of the misunderstanding, why occurred between those two communities, what are the fear, what are the assumptions, that we make about each other. And we do have retreats across America. In those retreats, really we address these issues that we mentioned in this book here, that the idea of understanding where the person come from and put yourself in the other person's shoes, which is the philosophy of empathy. If you understand where the person come from, perhaps you can address their fear and their misconception and misunderstanding. And that's why I think that we need to have a dialogue, real dialogue, with depth, where we become vulnerable in that dialogue, so that we can have these possibilities. As people say that all relationship begins with exposure. Expose yourself for understanding the other people, come to know them, and that exposure will lead to vulnerability. And it will become vulnerable, then it become familiar. It lead to familiarity, and that familiarity lead to possibilities. And therefore, I really appreciate this really great work of Asmauddin in this book, and I recommend it for everyone who work in the area of interfaith, religious freedom, to get this book. My hope is the book will become like a manual to train religious leaders in the issue of building better understanding and building bridges between communities, especially communities that they have a lot of mistrust between them. May God Almighty bless this kind of work and have all of us to create a community and a world where people really spend time to try their best to understand the others. Because you see, the word brother in Islam also has a word, the others with it. You know, the akhar, which is mean the others, include the word brother, which is akh, like the same thing in English. Uh, the word brother include the word other. For the person that whom we think that he might not have anything in common with us, if we get to talk to them, get to know them, we'll find a lot of commonality. For let us work together with our neighbors, people around us, and create that a community of understanding and mutual respect, so that we can create harmonious society for our children and grandchildren. God bless all of you. Assalamu alaikum.